So let's start with RAS. Let's start with RAS. Can I start with RAS? Let's start with the first RAS. First, I will teach you RAS, then ABL PCR. Then I will come on tumor suppressor gene. Okay, so RAS. RAS is a signal transduction protein. It is the most common abnormality among the proto-oncogene. Among all the proto-oncogene, the most common one which get mutated is RAS. I'm telling you now, it's many genes. Among them, the most common mutated is the RAS. Now I will teach you two scenarios. What RAS do in normal people? It does simple mitosis under control. But what if the RAS get mutated? How it causes cancer? RAS is normal. Okay, RAS is the accelerator. It's normal. Okay, so whenever body wants to do mitosis, RAS get activated, it does mitosis. But if it get mutated, it does uncontrolled mitosis. So I will teach you two scenarios, one by one. Let's take the first scenario, normal. Normally, how does RAS function? Everyone focus here. I will not repeat it. Please focus. So you can see a normal cell. Can you see a normal cell? Yes, this is a normal cell. I'm teaching a normal scenario. You, me, consider me. I'm a normal human. I don't have malignancy right now. So my all cells is having like this. So it can be any cell of my body. Okay. All my cells of the body have growth receptor. So this is growth receptor, the red color, growth receptor. Okay. On the inner side of the growth receptor, RAS protein is present in my body. Normal cell. This is a normal cell. So on the inner side of the cell membrane, RAS protein is present and it's inactive. It's inactive. Normally it's inactive. Okay. If it is bind to GDP, guanine diphosphate, I have shown you two phosphate, two phosphate. So it's inactive. It's inactive. When growth factor will come, now see this next. When growth factor is coming, binding with the growth receptor, inactive RAS convert into active RAS. I mean GDP convert to GTP. Guanine diphosphate convert to guanine triphosphate. See, I have drawn 2-phosphate here. I have drawn 3-phosphate here. So if RAS is binded with 2-phosphate, it's inactive. If RAS is binded with 3-phosphate, it's active. How many of you got it? So when no growth factor is present, it's like this. It's inactive. When no growth factor, see there is no growth factor. When no growth factor is present, RAS bind with GDP, guanine diphosphate, and it's inactive. But as soon as growth factor comes, the GDP convert to GTP. GDP, guanine diphosphate, convert to guanine triphosphate in presence of growth factor, and RAS get activated. Once the RAS get activated, it comes to the cytoplasm from the cell membrane, inner side of the cell membrane. It comes to the cytoplasm, and in the cytoplasm, don't learn the pathway. There are multiple pathways via which it does the mitosis. For example, RAF, PICK, MAPK. There are multiple pathways. Don't learn them. With the help of do, it causes one mitosis. How many mitosis? One mitosis. So this cell divide once, from 1 to 2. Once, only once. Okay, one growth factor will cause one mitosis. One growth factor causes one mitosis. After that, what's going to happen? Now, inside this RAS, intrinsically one more protein is present. RAS के अंदर एक और protein है छुपा हुआ. There is one more hidden protein inside the RAS that is known as GAP. GAP, that is guanine. I will tell you the full form. It's GAP. Let me tell you the full form here. It is GTPase activating protein. I'm sorry. It is GTPase. GAP. GTPase activating protein. It will degrade the GTP. GTPase activating protein. It will degrade the GTP. So it will get activated and it will degrade the GTP to GDP. So again, RAS become inactive. Again, after one mitosis, it become inactive like this. So this is the end of story. So one growth factor causing one mitosis. How many of you got it? One growth factor causing one mitosis. That's happening you, me, everyone. So again, I'm telling you from the beginning, people, normal scenario. Normal scenario. I'm telling you normal scenario. So what's happening? This is a cell. On the surface of the cell, you can see the growth factor, growth receptor. So when no growth factor is present, the RAS is inactive. I mean, it is bind with GDP, guanine diphosphate. See the two phosphates. See the precision I have drawn in the diagram. I personally drawn these diagrams. They are nowhere given in the world on the planet. No platform, no app, no Google, no anywhere. Okay, I have drawn these diagrams. I am the innovator of these. Okay, so credit goes to me again. Okay, so it is GDP, guanine diphosphate. Two phosphates are attached over here with the RAS. Okay, it's inactive. Okay, when the growth factor come, as soon as GDP convert to GTP, guanine diphosphate convert to guanine triphosphate, and inactive RAS convert to active RAS. Once it become active, it comes to the cytoplasm. In the cytoplasm, it carries out multiple pathway, and with the help of which mitosis takes place. This cell divides once. One mitosis takes place. So my point is one growth factor causing one mitosis. The mitosis is under control. As soon as the mitosis happen, gap get activated. GTPase, GT naam mein hi hai, GTPase, activating protein. It causes GTPase. It degrades GTP. So it degrades GTP to again GDP. So RAS will become inactive. After that, mitosis don't happen. Okay. Okay, got it. After that, mitosis, thanks, Ruxana. After that, mitosis don't happen. You are getting my point. I mean, if this cell want to conduct another mitosis, call another growth factor. Another growth factor have to come, and then again the same sequence will happen. So the mitosis is under control in my body, in your body, normal, whole, healthy human being's body. So that's RAS. Okay, in the book, this diagram is given. This diagram is not my diagram. This is from Robbins. So I don't think this diagram is very understandable as compared to this. This is the version I have drawn. Okay, you can understand it here also. You can see this is cell membrane on which you can see this is growth factor. Okay, this is growth factor and this is inactive RAS. Okay, when this is growth receptor. When growth factor will come, inactive RAS convert to active RAS. GDP convert to GTP and it will go in the cytoplasm via multiple pathways. It will do mitosis, one mitosis. Okay, and once the mitosis happen, gap get activated and gap again inactivated. So same thing is shown. I have shown in simplified version. Okay, whatever you want to draw in your exam, you can draw. Okay, same thing you have to write in the form of flow chart. You don't have to draw only, you have to write it by bolo. Normally what is happening? So normally RAS is inactive. Okay, when it is inactive, it binds with GDP. Okay, now when the growth factor comes, so GDP replaced with GTP. Okay, and at that time the RAS become active. Activated RAS go in the cytoplasm and via various pathway it does one mitosis. As soon as the one mitosis have it's done, one mitosis is done, GTPase get activated. GTPase break GTP to GDP and again it comes to normal state. So activation was transient. It was only for one mitosis. The activation was transient. That happens normally. But what happens in mutation? Now, people, you are going to tell me the difference. I will tell you the series again. You tell me at which diagram you got the difference. So again, the same story I'm starting. A cell, a normal cell, it's a cancer cell. It's a cancer cell. You can see this is the growth receptor. Okay, just below on the under surface, inactive RAS is present, binded with GDP. As soon as growth factor is coming, GDP is replaced by GTP. Inactive RAS converted to active RAS. Till now it's same. Active RAS will come in the cytoplasm. Okay, via multiple pathways during mitosis. Till now it's same. Till now there is no difference. It's same as that of normal. In the cancer cell, it's normal. But the point is that in cancer cell, gap is non-functional. It's mutated. The gap is mutated. The gap. GTP is activating protein. It's mutated. It's gone. It's gone. This gap is non-functional. GTP will not break into GDP. GTP will remain as GTP only. Since GTP will remain as GTP only, RAS is permanently, not transiently, permanently activated. Since RAS is permanently activated, it causes uncontrolled mitosis and that leads to cancer. So I hope I am able to explain you. So what happens if RAS is mutated? So gap is non-functional. The point is that gap is non-functional. Since gap is non-functional, GTP will not break. GTP will remain as GTP only. And there is permanent activation of RAS. RAS will not get deactivated. It leads to uncontrolled mitosis and uncontrolled mitosis is cancer. Okay. Got it? Can we go ahead? Huh? Chalo. Let's see. Say yes. Say, people, say. People, so what is the difference between normal and mutated version? Can you see both version, normal and mutated? What's the difference? Normal में gap is functional, mutated में gap is non-functional. That is the biggest difference. So here mitosis is controlled, one growth factor leading to one mitosis. Here one growth factor leading to uncontrolled mitosis, and uncontrolled mitosis is cancer. Okay, so that was regarding the RAS. Now coming on the examples of the RAS. You have to learn 3 examples of the RAS. KRAS, NRAS, HRAS. Okay, there are 3 type of RAS. If KRAS get mutated, person have colon, lung and pancreas cancer. If NRAS is mutated, person have melanoma and AML. And if HRAS is mutated, the person is having bladder and kidney tumors. This is for your MCQ purpose. You have to learn the 3 type of RAS and their mutation. We are done with RAS. Okay, so I'm teaching you proto-oncogene. These all are proto-oncogene. I'm teaching you accelerator. Now I will come on the break also. First, let me finish accelerator. I will teach you 2 types of accelerator. I have already explained you RAS. Now I'm coming on ABL BCR. Okay, yes, absolutely right, Uttam. Yes, yes. So now I'm coming on ABL BCR. ABL BCR. Again, it's a proto-oncogene. It's a normal accelerator. So what is ABL BCR? You have to understand human cell. How many chromosomes human cell have? This is a human cell. This is the nucleus inside the human cell. How many chromosomes human cell have? All human cell, you, me, our all cells except the gametes, all cells have 46 chromosomes. 46 chromosomes. Or else you see 23 pairs of chromosomes. So this is pair number 1, pair number 2, pair number 3, pair number 4, 5, 6. Likewise, I'm not interested in all pairs. There are total 23 pairs. Okay, I'm interested in 2 pairs. Which 2 pairs? Pair number 9 and pair number 22. Okay, so I'm drawing only 9 and 22, although all of them are there. But I am drawing 9 and 22 because it is of my interest right now. All of us, in all of our cell, head to toe, on pair number 9, we all have a gene. Me, you all have. Okay, the name of that gene is ABL. मेरे में भी है, तुम्हारे में, we all have this gene. On 22, we have another gene. The name of this gene is BCR. And this is their normal location. ABL present on 9. BCR present on 22. This is their normal location. In you, in me, in normal cells, it is their location. That is their accelerator. So when the growth factor come, they do mitosis. When growth factor don't come, they don't do mitosis. I'm sorry. So this is under control. When the ABL is on 9 and BCR is on 22, the things are under control. They works like normal accelerator. So same thing is written. ABL on 9, BCR on 22. We all have it and it's normal. Normal means mitosis is controlled. Mitosis is under control when this is the location. When this is their location. So when growth factor come, they do mitosis. When no growth factor come, they don't do mitosis. It's like that. Now translocation occur, mutation occur. Let me show you in mutation what's happening. It's known as translocation. Translation means adla badli, exchange. So 9 will give, a portion of 9 will go on 22, a portion of 22 will go on 9. So it's known as translocation between 9 and 22. 9 and 22. So 9 is giving its important portion to 22. This portion which contain ABL. So this portion will go on 22. So ABL will reach on 22 in close vicinity to BCR. This ABL will reach on 22. But in exchange of that, the 22 is not giving a significant portion to 9. It is giving to a portion to a 9 which don't contain any important gene. So 22 is giving a portion to 9 which don't contain any important gene, but 9 is giving a portion to 22 which contain a very important gene, that is ABL. So ABL, which was initially present on 9, now reach on 22 in close vicinity to BCR, and on 22 ABL BCR fusion gene is formed. It is known as ABL BCR fusion or hybrid gene. That is deadly. Hybrid gene. Okay, this gene is deadly because of the fusion. A new gene formed on 22. Okay, and this gene is deadly. It does uncontrolled mitosis. Even in absence of growth signal, it keep on mitosis. That is deadly. Okay, so chromosome number 22 is known as Philadelphia chromosome. Philadelphia chromosome. Okay, chromosome 22 is known as, okay, Philadelphia. Okay. Got it. Pallab, these genes are present on these chromosomes only. And this is the abnormality we found in mutation. No? So in mutation, this happens only. So there is no question of this, why only these two. God has given these 2 genes on these 2 chromosomes only. And translocation is found between 2 genes most commonly in many humans, in many cancers. Okay, that might be the answer. So this is translocation between 922, and among 922, the hybrid is formed on 22. Not on 9. That's why 22 is known as Philadelphia chromosome. So see the mutation. I will show you a video also. So ABL present on 9. BCR present on 22. The ABL which is present on 9, it is translocated to 22 in close vicinity to BCR. In BCR, it will fuse with BCR and a new gene is formed. The name of the new gene is ABL BCR hybrid gene. And chromosome 22 is known as Philadelphia chromosome. And this gene is deadly. It does uncontrolled mitosis that leads to cancer. How many of you got it? Huh? Shall I show you a video? This is the translocation. Appreciate. This is exchange of the genes. So a portion of 9 goes to 22. That was important portion containing ABL. A portion of 22 comes on 9, which don't contain any important portion. So this is how translocation occurs. You can see the same over here. So this is 9, this is 22. Normally, ABL is on 9, BCR is on 22. Now exchange occurs. Appreciate. The ABL is going on 22, you can see. And in exchange of that, from 22, a portion is coming here, which don't contain any important gene. I hope you got it. Here, if this occur, only one cancer occur. The name of that cancer is CML. Okay, chronic myeloid leukemia. It's a blood cancer. CML. So in RAS, I told you multiple examples. Now, if RAS is mutated, all these cancer occur. But in ABL BCR translocation, only CML occur. In ABL BCR translocation, okay, only CML occur. And there is a specific therapy available for treating CML, which the hybrid gene is inhibited. The ABL BCR hybrid gene is inhibited, and the name of that targeted therapy is imatinib. It's available. It's the first targeted therapy for the cancers discovered. Imatinib. Imatinib is that inhibitor of that hybrid gene. This hybrid gene which is formed here, ABL BCR, this hybrid gene form a protein. The name of that protein is tyrosine kinase, abnormal. So imatinib inhibit this abnormal tyrosine kinase. Okay, so imatinib is tyrosine kinase inhibitor. I hope you got it. Polls, I'm skipping people. I don't know whether you people are interested or not. Coming on the next topic, we are done with accelerators, and now we will do brakes. Now we will do brakes. How many of you are interested for doing the brakes? I told you accelerator got stuck in the highest speed. Now I will tell you how the brakes fail. How the brakes fail. If the brakes are failing, again cancer is occurring. So accelerator is stuck in the highest speed or brakes fail. Both leads to cancer. Okay, so tumor suppressor gene inhibition. Let's come on tumor suppressor gene. They are the brakes. Tumor suppressor gene. How many tumor suppressor genes are there? These all are tumor suppressor genes. They all are brakes. They are present in me, you. We all have these genes. They are normal. But once they get mutated, there is loss of function mutation in them and brakes fail. Once they fail, then cancer occurs. So among them, in our syllabus, the most important is P53. Okay. Retinoblastoma is also important, people, but retinoblastoma I will teach you in pediatric tumors, in pathology only. There is a chapter, pediatric tumors, pediatric and childhood tumors. In that, I am going to take retinoblastoma in detail. So it's a common portion here and there. So I'm going to take this there. So don't think that I'm skipping this portion. I will take it there. I know your complete syllabus of pathology and I know what portion have to be taught where. Okay, so just trust me. And here I'm going to take P53. Can I start P53? Yes. Let's start P53. Okay. So here I will teach you only one among them. You should know the list completely. Please read the list completely, and I am teaching you P53 over here. So let's start P53. Okay, P53 is present on chromosome number 17. Like ABL was present on 9, BCR was present on 22. P53 present on chromosome number 17. P53 is known as guardian of genome, or it is known as molecular policeman. So why? Why it is known as policeman? You will understand. Or it is guardian. You know, policemen are our guardians, na? Guardian of our city, our village, policeman. So P53 is like a policeman, or also known as guardian of the genome. You will understand. Okay, now I will tell you two scenarios. Normal, mutation. Again, as usual, first normal, then mutation. First normally, what happens? See. Have you ever traveled from one city to another? Suppose city A, city B. I'm traveling from city A to B. Suppose I reside in Indore. Actually, I reside in Indore, Madhya Pradesh. I'm going from Indore to Bhopal. Both are in Madhya Pradesh, Indore to Bhopal. Okay, from city A to B, we frequently travel Indore to Bhopal. So via road, I'm talking about via road in our car vehicle. So there is a police check naka. Okay, the police stop the car at the check naka. You may have realized it. Okay, police check the trunk of the car. Is there some illegal material to be carried in the car? If some illegal material is found, the car is stopped. It is not allowed to go ahead. And if it is not found, it is clear and it is allowed to go ahead. So whenever we travel from one point to another, there is a police check naka. There is a policeman who is known as inspector. And the inspector is having two havaldars, two sub-inspector with them. Okay, I will correlate the story, don't worry. And they are doing the checking. So 3 people are there. One is inspector and 2 are sub-inspectors are there. Okay, and they are checking the trunk. Okay, if the trunk, now there are 2 scenarios. If the trunk is found, some illegal material, car is not allowed to go ahead. Okay, and some legal action will be taken. And if it is clear, if don't contain any illegal material, it's allowed to go. You are getting my point, yes or no? So same happens in the cell cycle. Okay, human body is having a policeman with the two havaldars, with the two sub-inspectors. Inspector, that the P53 is the inspector. Okay, and P53 is having two sub-inspector, two assistant of the P53, which is known as P21 and GADD 45. So this is P21 and this is GADD 45. Okay, GADD 45. Okay, these are the two sub-inspector. So P53 is our inspector and P21 and GADD are our two sub-inspector. They are doing checking of the cell. The car is the cell. When cell cycle goes, okay, cell cycle have phases na, G1S, G2, and this you may have studied in your childhood in the school, in your first prop, I don't know when. But you know the cell cycle, there are 4 phases. So G1 to S is not allowed unless until there is a check naka. Check naka. At the check naka, there is P53 sitting with the two assistants, P21 and GADD 45. GADD 45. These are the two assistants over here. P53 is the inspector and P21 and GADD 45 are the two sub-inspectors. They are checking the cell. They are checking the dicky trunk, nucleus. Nucleus is the trunk of the cell. So cell is the car inside which the nucleus of the cell is the trunk of the car, which is checked. Okay. Now DNA is checked. If DNA is normal, it's allowed to go. If the DNA is mutated, it's not allowed. It's not. Thankfully, God has given this policeman in our body. Whether we are aware or not aware, this policeman is 24 into 7 into 365 days, it's functional. Every time this policeman, thankfully, we all have it. Okay. So if my any cell of my body from head to toe, any cell of my body, inside the nucleus of that cell, some mutation is there, that cell is not allowed to do mitosis. And that's why I don't have cancer, because I'm having the police with me. The police prevent to cancer happen. Okay, what happens if this policeman dies and the assistants also dies? Okay, some people don't have these policemen or they are mutated, loss of function mutation. This policeman is corrupted or died or not working. The sub-inspectors are also not working. So even the cell which is mutated, it will keep on doing the mitosis and cancers happen. Why cancer happen? The mutated cell is doing uncontrolled mitosis. How many of you got this story, people? I tried very hard finding these images on internet and explaining you with the help of beautiful stories instead of boring text. Say. Give an applause. Come on. Can we proceed? Huh? If you are such a boring audience, I'm also going to be boring. I will read it rather than explaining. But I don't just read it. You know, I put my heart in explaining. So show some interest, no? Reciprocate it. Anyways, come back. So normally what is happening, na? Okay, chalo. Normally what is happening, na? Now, P53 is always present, but it don't get activated anytime. It will get activated when the cell is exposed to UV radiation. UV radiation causes DNA damage. So whenever UV radiation, a cell is exposed to UV radiation, DNA damage is going to happen, and inspector comes with the two sub-inspectors. That if the DNA damage is, we will do the checking. If the DNA damage, UV radiation have caused the DNA damage, we will not allow the cell to go ahead. If DNA damage is not gone, we will allow the cell to go ahead. Suppose this is a cell, suppose it can be any cell of my human body, and it is exposed to UV radiation. How it is exposed to UV radiation? We are surrounded with radiation, no? You don't know from where which radiation is falling on my cells. They are invisible. Come on. In such an era, we are surrounded with such a pollution. What we are eating, what we are drinking, we don't know what contaminations they all contain. So maybe we are surrounded with many UV radiation. UV radiation falls on our body cells. It is one of my cell. This is the DNA of my cell. Okay. In the DNA, I am not interested in complete DNA. I am interested in chromosome number 17. So let's draw chromosome number 17 on which this P53 gene ka pair is present. Two pair, alleles. So two genes are present, a pair of P53 on chromosome. So there are total 23 chromosomes, but I am interested in 17. So I am drawing only 17. You can see P53 is present. Okay, this P53 is present here also, two copies. And P53 is with the two assistant. Okay, I will draw the assistants later. So as soon as this cell is exposed to UV radiation, at that point, P53 will form a protein. P53 gene will form a protein. The name of the protein is also P53. P53 protein will come in the cytoplasm. Okay, you are getting my point. So this is P53 protein which is formed by the P53 gene. Not every time, only when the cell is exposed to UV radiation. At that time, this P53 is coming. After coming to the cytoplasm, immediately it calls its two assistants. Who are the two sub-inspector? Do havaldar kaun hai? P21 and GADD 45. GADD 45. These are the two inspectors, है ना? And P53 will not do anything. P53 asks the two sub-inspectors to check the complete DNA. complete DNA, because the cell is already exposed to UV radiation and there is high probability some mutations have occurred. Now, out of the two sub-inspectors, both of them will check the mutation. Both of them will check the mutation. Now, if the mutation is found, if suppose some mutation is found, some illegal material is found, mutation is illegal material, okay, in the trunk. This is the trunk of the car. This is car, inside the car, this is the trunk. So some illegal material, I mean mutation is formed. So what is the job of P21 and what is the job of GADD45? P21 arrest the car. It will not allow the car to go ahead. So P21 arrest the cell cycle. Cell cycle will not go ahead. This cell cannot go ahead in the cell cycle. It will cause arrest. And GADD45 do repair. It will try to do repair. It is a mechanic. It will try to do the repair of the mutation happened. If repair is successful, it is released. It can go ahead. If repair is unsuccessful, this cell is killed. This cell is doing apoptosis. We will do apoptosis of this cell and kill this cell. How many of you got the story? It was a beautiful story. Again, I'm telling you again. Okay. Suppose this is cell is car going from city A to city B. I mean doing the cell cycle. It is going from G1 to S phase of the cell cycle. Okay, it's a cell who's performing cell cycle and moving from G1 to S. Okay, so from moving G1 to S, there is a gene. The name of the gene is P53. On the check marker, that gene is present. It's an inspector. The inspector is P53. Okay, P53 stop the cell, ask the cell to show the trunk. Trunk is the nucleus. The nucleus is checked completely. If the nucleus is found the mutation, if the mutation is present, the two Havaldars are called. The two sub-inspectors are called P21 and GADD45. Okay, P21 will arrest this person and not allow to go ahead the next city. No. So cell cycle is arrested. And GADD45, the second inspector, is the mechanic or repair who will remove the illegal material. Okay, who will try to do the repair. If repair is successful, the car is released. If the repair is unsuccessful, we will kill this person. I mean, we will do the apoptosis of the cell. I tried, people, every way I tried. Okay, so this is normally what is happening. If repair is successful, it is the P53 degrade along with the two sub-inspectors and the cell will be released. And if it is unsuccessful, it will undergo apoptosis. How many of you got it? It happens normally. Thankfully, God has given the police inside us. So inside every cell, how many cells we have? We have millions, billions of cells. All the cells have policemen inside that. We are not aware. You know, the great God has made the human body with such a complexity. Understanding so needs hours. Okay, but God has made it with such a precision. I wonder how God has made all these molecular level mechanisms. Okay, and that is the iceberg. We can see only the tip. The greater portion we even don't know. What is God, the great God? Okay, you can see such a complexity. Understanding this requires, such a awareness, such a, but how God has made this? At every cell it's functional. At every minute level it's functional. You got my point? So I wonder sometime how such a precision. Okay, anyways. So this is regarding, now you understood why P53 is known as molecular policeman. Yes, it's a policeman with two sub-inspectors. It is known as guardian of genome. So it is our guardian. Okay. It is our guardian of the genome. Okay. Got it? Okay. So this is the normal cell. But what if it is mutated? What if the inspector is corrupted or dead or not functional? Along with the two sub-inspectors. All three are non-functional. Neither inspector nor the two sub-inspectors. If the main boss is not functional, the assistants are not functional. Either they are corrupted or dead or whatever you say, they are mutated. They are mutated. Mutated means whatever you want. Okay. So what happens if this cell, okay, this is chromosome number 17 I'm drawing again. I'm interested in 17. P53, okay, P53. Now this cell is exposed to UV. Normally, if cell is exposed to UV, immediately P53 get activated and come in the cytoplasm and call the two assistant. But since P53 is mutated, P53 will not get activated. It will not come in cytoplasm. So assistants will not come. Neither P21 will come, nor GADD45 will come. None of them will come. So there is no one to check the mutation. If the cell is even containing the illegal material, that is mutations are there, even it is allowed to go because P21 is not causing the arrest. Okay, and no one is doing the repair also. So neither anyone is arresting nor doing the repair. So a mutated cell is allowed to undergo cell cycle and allowed to undergo mitosis. So mitosis of a mutated cell means cancer. That's what it's written in front of you. Okay, that was my best presentation I have given. So if the cell is having mutated P53, so even the DNA damage is there. P53 dependent genes are not activated. Okay, so since P21 is not there, there is no one to arrest it. Since GADD 45 is not there, there is no repair, no mechanic. And a mutated cell is allowed to undergo uncontrolled mitosis and it will lead to cancer. So that is regarding the tumor suppressor gene. Now, how many copies of P53 is present in each cell? Each cell have chromosome 17, 2 copies of chromosome 17. So 2 copies of P53, 2 copies of P53. Okay. So if one copy is mutated and other copy is normal, it is known as Li-Fraumeni syndrome. Please learn. Out of the 2 copy, if one copy is inheritedly mutated from parents and one is normal, so that person is having high tendency to develop cancer in future if the other is also mutated. This syndrome is known as Li-Fraumeni syndrome. And that's the question here, Li-Fraumeni syndrome. How many of you got it? People. So I have completed these 7 topics. These 3 topics are not, very conceptual. Okay, clinical features, it's not conceptual. Grading and staging, it's sort of rectification. And tumor markers, there is a table to be learned. The conceptual topics are already taken. Okay, conceptual topics. These topics I will put in the form of recording because I do not want any pendency. Okay, I will put as a recording, and the further schedule we are having, it will be on time. Because every time, suppose this topic is pending. Now, another session we are having microbiology. I postpone it, and instead of that, I am taking this. Everything will get postponed. So we have a deadline of 22 March now. So everything will get pushed. Instead of March, it will be April or May. I do not want that. If I have committed you that I will finish the syllabus in March, and I'm going to do so plus minus 10-15 days, it can happen in case some emergency occurs. Otherwise, it is the deadline 22 March. So every time, not only today, so get used to, and before taking subscription, you think it twice. So every day I will take 2 or 2.5 hour session of that particular topic. So that particular topic, suppose I'm taking any chapter, maybe patho, maybe pharma, maybe micro. Today, whatever is our topic for today. Okay, so it is having 10 important subtopics. From that 10, I will try to cover 7 or 8 or all 10 if possible. The conceptual one live. Conceptual one will be the live. Okay, during 2 and 2.5 hours. Okay, and if some non-conceptual portion is pending every day, if it is, it will be put in the form of the recording very next day or within 1-2 days. It will be recording because there I do not want any pendency, people. You got my point? Okay, so this is what we are going to follow. Okay, for the next 4 months. Okay, so I will try to cover the syllabus of patho, pharma, and micro. 80% or more than 80%, take my words, it will be live. But if 10-20% is pending every topic, I do not want to stretch that pendency, and that will be put in the form of the recording. Okay, G. Any other queries you are having? So before taking subscription, it should be clear to you. Otherwise, later on, students may say ki ma'am, you committed 100% live, and every time some topics are pending 2-3, some non-important topics, and you are putting as a recording. It will be given to you, recording within next 2-3 days. It will be given, but it will be form of recording because every time taking live session will not be possible in this busy schedule. Okay, got it? So more than 80% or 90% syllabus will be live, but if something is pending, don't crib for that. It will be put in the form of recording. And if you have doubt in this 20%, if you have any doubts in the form of the recording, doubt solving sessions will be there. In the doubt solving sessions, we can again interact. So after few sessions, we will put doubt solving sessions. Or all the subscribers are connected to with me on WhatsApp groups. We are having multiple A, B, C, D, E, F WhatsApp groups. I don't know in which you are, but all the groups having same information. You can tag me and ask your doubts there. Okay, if you have not joined the WhatsApp group, please go on the app. On the app, in your plan, you will get an option to join the WhatsApp group. So do so and tag me. Please tag me because I don't open the WhatsApp group very frequently. If you tag me, then only I will open and reply your query in the form of the voice note. Okay, Ji? Got it? Chalo. Thank you so much. And let me announce my next session, next timing, next topic. Don't go anywhere. Wait. So I'm ending the session today, and we are having next session a day after tomorrow. Let me show you the topic. You can't afford to miss that. Let me show you the topic. You decide by yourself. So you can see the topic. So next free demo, it will be free. It will be demo. Will be a day after tomorrow. That is 14th November, Friday. We are having same time, 7:30 p.m. The timing will be same always. Instant Sunday. Yeah, one more thing I want to tell you before taking the subscription. On Sunday, the classes will be in the morning, maybe 10-11 a.m. in the morning, not in the evening. Okay, and otherwise the classes will be in the evening in the weekdays only. Okay, chalo. So the next demo is of microbiology. You can't afford to miss that. The general bacteriology I'm going to take. I will teach you microbiology in a unique manner. Unique means what will be uniqueness in that? The uniqueness is that I will teach you with the latest CBME curriculum. After 2019, the syllabus of microbiology is entirely changed. Okay, initially before 2019, it was taught organism wise. I mean bacteriology, virology, mycology, and parasitology. But after 2019, it's system wise. I mean the 12 systems of human body, CVS, CNS. It is no more bacterio, viro, mycoparasito. Now most of the platforms are still teaching with the old curriculum. I am not going to teach you with the old curriculum. It's old. I'm going to teach you with the new syllabus, new curriculum, that is system wise microbiology, that too color coded. I will give 12 colors to 12 system, and that will be super easy. And cherry on the top will be integration with the patho and pharma. You can't afford to miss that. You can't. So my next two sessions will be on the 14th and 15th, Friday and Saturday, 7:30 p.m. General bacteriology in one shot. Both of them are free. The first session is on YouTube. So see you all on YouTube on 14th November, Friday, 7:30. I hope it's crystal clear. Any other query, you can text on the support number. Thank you so much. Any other query? Yes. Test or quiz are also there, Ruxana. Whenever we have the break days, they are not break days. Break days are for me, not for you. Whenever we have break days in the schedule, I will take 4 or 5 sessions in a week. So out of the 7 days, 4 or 5 days, we will have live sessions. The remaining 2 or 3 days, whatever days are remaining in any week, it depends from week to week. So on that days, you are having the test on the topics which are already covered in the last week. Okay. So I want you to come live every day, attend the live session, and whenever the breaks are there, you revise that topic and analyze yourself by giving the test. So test will be uploaded and the schedule will be shared soon. I will keep on sharing the schedule every 15 days. Okay. The overall 4.5 month schedule will be couriered to you on the combo subscriber. You will get a welcome kit in which this schedule is there. But upcoming 15-day schedule will be given on the WhatsApp groups and the app notification. So keep the app notification on. If you want every 15-day schedule, so keep the notification on if you wish. Otherwise, it will be notified on the WhatsApp groups. So connect it on the WhatsApp groups. It will be pinned there. So every 15-day schedule is there. Take a printout and stick on your wall and join me live. Thank you so much. Good night. Bye-bye. Any other query? Kindly let me know. You have any other query? How was the session? You find it useful? Huh? Yes? How was the session? Anything else you want to ask? If you have any doubt, don't hesitate to ask even the silliest doubt. Okay, every student have their own understanding. Okay, so don't think this doubt is very silly. I shouldn't ask to ma'am in front of everyone. Please be free to ask even the silliest doubt. Okay, don't hesitate. Thank you so much. Good night. Bye-bye. I'm ending the session. See you all a day after tomorrow. If your colleagues or any medico who is interested in studying microbiology from me on the entire planet, please share the link of a day after tomorrow session. It's available on the YouTube and you can ask them to join live on the YouTube. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Good night.